G'day and welcome to Greenfingers. For this series, we're in the community. We're back at Carey Baptish College in Harrisdale to build our first ever sustainability classroom. Last show, lots happened. Hamish and Renee built the Taj Mahal of all chicken coops and the garden walls. Brilliant. Darren put in the garden beds and moved Mount Kosciuszko of dirt. We couldn't get him off the digger. Steve started the Aquaponics and we'll be finishing that in today's program. Along with that, so much work needs to be completed. All the plants need to go in. The dirt needs to be spread around. The grass needs to be laid. We're building, literally from the ground up, an urban orchard, and we'll be introducing you to some new plants that perhaps you can take home with you and put into your garden. Vince Gareffa will join us. We'll fire up the barbecue and maybe, just maybe, we'll get some produce from our sustainability classroom. The kids are ready. All of the team on Greenfingers are here and we've got tools up. Let's go. Thanks for joining us.
There's lots of really good reasons to plant trees. Some have beautiful flowers, some have delicious fruits, but one of the most underappreciated aspects of trees is shade. Having shade trees around your house can significantly cool your house, which means you'll use your air conditioner a lot less and save you a lot of money. Now, I've got plenty of trees to plant today, and I'm lucky enough to have some of the kids from pre-primary and grade 3 to help me. Are you ready to go, kids?
Yes!
Let's get into it. Growing fruit trees is a wonderfully rewarding experience for kids. They love planting the trees and then harvesting the delicious fruit. And all the time, they're learning where their food comes from. And that's not just from the supermarket or the fridge. Remember, when planting your fruit trees, never plant any deeper than what they were in the pots. Otherwise, this can cause collar rot. Waterwise trees, such as this extensive selection from Tas1 Trees and PlantNet, need only 1 water a week once established in improved soil. That's fantastic bang for your buck. Out of all the awesome trees in this sensational urban orchard, some of the most exciting are these dwarf fruit trees, including peaches, apricots, and this, a true dwarf Granny Smith apple called Leprechaun. Now, if you want to see hundreds of other inspiring trees, get yourself down to Garden Week this Thursday to Monday. Take the kids, there's oodles for them to do, and they can carry your plants. And you can talk to some of Perth's leading garden experts who will give you heaps of free advice about using trees around your house. When it came to a surface covering for this area around the veggie beds and the new outdoor classroom, we wanted to employ a sympathetic surface that looks after the environment and the little feet that'll be using it. Now, we could have gone with a coarse mulch, but with all this sand around, I've chosen something better that's just as environmentally sensible, and you might be a little surprised to know that it's turf. Planting turf amongst these veggie beds will not only soften the look, making the garden more natural and appealing, it will also act as a natural sponge, absorbing any excess nutrients that leach from the veggie beds, preventing them from getting into the groundwater table below. Before we ever lay any lawn, we always prepare the soil. And by doing this properly, you can make enormous changes to the way the lawn looks forever. We've added soil solver here, that amazing locally mined clay that turns sand into loam, and one application changes it forever. There's also some special organics, a fine sieve compost in the form of Waterwise soil conditioner, and the mix is churned into the topsoil, transforming its ability to hold nutrients and moisture, dramatically reducing water consumption. Then there is the turf variety you choose. You have to have the right turf for the right situation. We could have used the hard-wearing village green kikuyu or a soft-leaf buffalo like palmetto, but in this instance, we've chosen the stunning soft-leaf Empire zoysia grass. Why? Well, it has a deep root system. This means, once established, it requires as little as 1 hand watering a week. On top of that, it requires minimal mowing, as little as half as other warm season grasses. But if you want that manicured bowling green lawn look, you can mow it every week if you want. And because it's slow growing, it requires less maintenance. And most importantly, it's tough. It can handle all kinds of wear and tear, which is exactly what it'll get here. Empire zoysia is the ultimate grass for this kind of situation. And best of all, it stores carbon in its leaves, and every time we mow it, it will use this and the nitrogen and other nutrients it's taken up from the ground to make a nutrient-rich addition to our compost bins, improving the soil even further. We chose this as the ideal surface for this edible garden for another reason as well. If ever, as a teacher, you want the children to be calm, in touch with nature, maybe a little less manic, bare feet on cool green grass is known to calm the highest of spirits. So it seems grass is good for the soul too, if not the teacher's sanity. Most importantly, a lawn around these beds will cool the area during stinking hot days, raising humidity and improving the growing conditions for edible plants. Just another benefit of using grass in this environment.
Okay, so Brooklyn, Connor, Emily, if we have a leaking toilet at home, is that a bad thing or a good thing?
It's a bad thing.
Why?
A leaking toilet can waste up to 25 litres of water per day.
Wow. Anything else, Em?
A dual flush toilet can save water.
That's quite true. And should you wash your hands after you've been to the toilet, Connor?
Yes, you should.
But you shouldn't waste water.
No, you shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't. After the break, we plant up a storm. The urban orchard gets even bigger and the kids get the crops into the veggie beds.
As a continuation of our inspiring urban orchard, we're now up to planting up the first of the berry beds. I've got Adiola, Charlotte and Sean here to help me, and we're planting out a delicious red seedless grape as well as these blueberry bushes. Blueberries are really easy to grow, even in pots. Now, you kids are doing a great job, and I think I might have left my gloves at home today. Are you okay to finish it off for me?
Yes.
Excellent. Waterwise Trees carry a sensational range of fruiting plants, including berries, citrus and stone fruit, as well as a mind-blowing array of tropical and exotic fruits you just have to see to believe. As well as the blueberries and the grapevine, we're also planting some more unusual berries, such as the heritage raspberry, the health-giving goji berry, and this, an Australian native berry called the middenberry. Come on, kids, we don't have all day. Dig, dig, dig. Ben's pruning and training the apple tree as an espalier. This means we'll keep the plant compact and still get heaps of fruit. Do you want tips on the best veggies, herbs, spices and fruit for your garden? Do you want to know more about heritage chicken varieties, aquaponics or rainwater harvesting? Check out our project sheets. They'll show you, step by step, the process of building all the elements of our sustainability classroom. The best chicken, fruit and fruit trees for a sustainable garden? Our project sheets are packed full of great Waterwise gardening advice. For more information, visit watercorporation.com.au. It's time to start planting up the veggie beds, and we've got some of the great kids from Year 2 to give us a hand. The beds have been pre-filled with the Soil Solver improved compost, and we've put down a layer of this Firewise fine earth blanket mulch. This mulch has smaller particle sizes, so it breaks down quite quickly and helps feed the soil and feed the veggies. What we're doing here in 13 garden beds, you can easily adapt to your own space at home, and then you too can enjoy all the health-giving benefits of fresh, homegrown vegetables. Part of the veggie range the kids are planting includes these Asian greens. They're really fast growing and are absolutely fantastic in salads and stir fries. All these high quality veggie seedlings are part of the Banana Fairy range and include such things as cabbages, cauliflowers, onions and peas. They're easy to spot at your local garden centre. Just look for the little fairy on the label.
Alex, Meg and Josh, how do you check if your cistern's leaking?
Well, it's easy to check if your system's leaking.
What do you do?
Well, you open the cistern and then you get some food colouring and you put it in the cistern. But don't flush, and then when the food colouring comes, you know that your toilet is leaking.
Is it that easy?
So now you know how to check if your toilet is leaking.
Thank you for that wisdom. After the break, the builders from Masters join the team and Steve gets the aquaponics system into full swing. Okay, we need to do a bit of a stock take. We're sort of running out of time, if you know what I mean. So the grass is down, looks absolutely fantastic. The seedlings are all in. Hardscaping has been done. The guys are still working frantically in the background. Urban orchard is really good. Kitchen's in. It just occurred to me, though, there's actually no place for the kids to sit. So I've got a mate in the business who might just be able to help us out.
Masters Balldivers.
Hello, Masters Balldivers?
Yep.
It's Tod from Greenfingers.
Yeah, g'day, Todd.
Yeah, thanks. Is Dave there?
Dave's out on site already, mate.
OK, thanks. Dave's already here somewhere. Hey, mate, how are you?
Excellent. How are
I
you?
didn't realise you guys had been here.
Yeah, been here for a while, knocking up a couple of benches for the kids here.
You got the team down here as well. What is it that you're building?
OK, we've got about 3 benches that we're going to knock up for the kids with some seats. So if they've had their day in the garden, they've looked back and see what they've created and relax a little bit on what they've done.
Is Masters excited about coming to WA?
Oh, we're ready. Absolutely.
Mate, I want to thank you for your help today.
Thank you for the opportunity to be part of this. It's great.
Good man.
From Waterwise, it's a 5-star water-saving chunky mulch made from recycled organics. It's called Garden Art Drought Breaker. It's light, easy to move, so simple to use, we're going to get the kids to do it.
What? Really?
Really. Apply a 10-centimetre thick layer. The large, uneven particles means water drains through to the soil instantly, so plants get all the benefits of rain or irrigation. Large particles also make this a long-life mulch that cools the soil by acting as a layer of insulation. This helps plants to prosper even through the heat of summer.
Wiggle around and wash all the dirt off them and lift them up and see if they're nice and clean. Yep, they're lovely and clean and ready to be planted. There's so many varieties of plants that you can use in your aquaponics system. Today we're planting basil, coriander, English cress and even lettuce. They thrive in this system. The wastewater comes from the fish up through the tank. The plants filter the water and it goes back to the fish all nice and clean. It's so simple.
With me is Manveer, Storm and Isaac. And guys, what's some tips that you would give to be water-wise? Manveer?
Well, if there's any water's left in the sink, you can always put that in the plants.
Excellent. Storm?
Well, if you're having a cup of tea or a coffee, the water left over in the kettle can be used again.
That's a good idea. And what about you, Isaac?
When you have a shower, you put a bucket next to you, and then after you shower, pour it in your gun.
Very good. After the break, there's a mad rush to get to the finishing line. Vince joins us to cook up a feast, and the chooks all come into their brand new home. Chook noises.
Garden Week's a must for every gardener, and this year's going to be more spectacular than ever. Peter, you're here to show us some of the magnificent roses we're going to see down at Garden Week this year.
Yeah, we have 3 new ones here. We have linked hearts, introduced for silver chain nursing in WA. We also have our Honey Olivia, and that's been introduced to raise funds for Olivia Newton-John Cancer Centre in Melbourne. And we also have Go for Gold, which is an appropriate one introduced in an Olympic year.
Plant World will be one of the many exhibitors down at Garden Week this year. There'll be Melville Roses and Mission Horticulture. So come on down to Garden Week. It'll be the perfect chance to pick up your roses just in time for Mother's Day.
I've got some of the Year 5s with me and I'm going to teach them all about composting.
And teach me too.
And teach Renee too. Who knows what goes in a compost bin?
Weeds.
Weeds.
Banana skins.
Banana skins.
Straw.
Straw.
Paper.
Paper.
And veggie scraps.
And veggie scraps. Now, we need to start getting the stuff in. Can we have some straw first? And some banana skins. And some weeds. And some paper. And some veggie scraps. Great.
Sweet. When you're putting weeds in there, if the seeds go in there and then you transfer it to a garden bed, does that mean that the weeds are going to grow in the new garden bed?
Nope, the composting process will get so hot it'll destroy any weed seeds and any pathogens, so all the compost is great for your garden.
Sweet.
When building your compost heap, build in layers alternating between wet and dry materials. Composting is a fantastic way to divert green waste from landfill sites.
The Alfresco style outdoor kitchen is a quality product, and speaking of quality products, Vince Garefa joins us. How are you, mate?
I'm super, absolutely.
Have you used one of these before?
No, but I'm in love with it, and I want to do this.
Yeah, you can't do that right now. We'll do that a bit later on, so stay with us on Greenfingers. In the meantime, you're busy at Garden Week, aren't you?
Yes, it starts on the 19th of April. I'm on the 21st, twice a day. The stage is going nuts.
Grow it, cook it, taste it. I think that's getting back to basic. 2 shows every single day, and it's an all-star cast. Where's it on?
Perry Lakes.
Perry Lakes. Thank goodness you knew that. Vince will be back with us shortly, but in the meantime, let's find out what's on tonight's 7 News.
Action!
Make sure you watch 7 News straight after Greenfingers. Well, the veggies are in. Now it's time to plant the herbs. And we've got the grade 1s here to help us today. The great thing about herbs is that most of these are perennials, so they're going to last for 3 to 4 years and be there ready to pick when you need them. We've got a great range of organic herbs here today from Herbs R Us. And kids, it's time to plant. Are you ready?
Yes!
Right, let's go. Look at the great things we've got. We've got strawberries, oregano, rosemary. We've even got asparagus. And asparagus will last in your garden for 15 or 20 years. Oh, you don't really like it that much?
That's the one I put.
Herbs R Us have a sensational range, and even the most exotic herbs and spices can be found in their selection. And so now we're going to plant my favourite. We're going to plant all the spices.
And the chocolates.
And chocolates. Well, funny you should say that. We've got chocolate mint. Can you believe that? Who's going to plant the chocolate mint?
Not me, I'm
Okay,
planting
quick, over there and start planting the chocolate mint. This is a ginger mint, lovely ginger flavour. We've got, take it there. This is pineapple sage. If you want to crush the leaf and smell it, it'll smell just like pineapple. Lemon verbena, which is a lovely fragrance, and lemon balm. And of course, don't forget the bay leaf. When planting, make sure you use a good, healthy soil. It'll get your plants off to a strong start. Follow that up with a slow-release pelletised chicken-type fertiliser, and they'll look fantastic.
Vince, there's not a lot of